Hi, Robert here again, and we've got 2 more great design ideas for you to use with that clustered bouquet that you just bought at your local supermarket. Let's start with this nice, bright, bold one first. Let's remove the plastic packaging and take all our flowers out. There'll be a future video coming up showing you what to do with all the fiber foam that you've saved. I'm using carnations, snapdragons, yellow daisies, and status. This time, I found this great little watering can. This doesn't have to be a watering can. It could be anything that you've got at home that holds water. If you think it might leak, always place some plastic in it to make sure the water won't spill out. This time we're going to work with something we haven't yet. How about a block of foam? The foam is readily available at any of your local craft stores. When you get the block of foam, you're going to take it and with the whole side facing up, you're going to soak it in the sink. Fill the sink with water and just let it soak. Don't push it down. Let it fall slowly so it absorbs really well. What we're going to do is, no, it's not psycho time. We're going to cut our foam up. Let's cut about 1/3 of a block. So you'll be able to get quite a few uses out of this. I need to shave off a little bit more, like that. And I'm going to push this deep down in. I want about this much of the container still showing at the top above the foam. What we're going to do today is a parallel design. Very easy, very quick, and very attractive. Take our snapdragons, because they're our tallest flower, and we're going to cut them. I'm going to cut it at an angle, and I want this to be my tallest flower. I'm just going to cut them slightly lower than each other. There's 4 of them in here. Like that. And one more like that. So I have a little grouping. The best part about a parallel design is that it kind of looks like it would if it was growing in a garden. Now I'm going to take my carnations and I'm going to do something very similar. You see, like that. And I'm going to keep cutting and placing them at different heights. Remember, you want to see it from the front and the back if you're going to use this as a table centerpiece. I'm just grouping them all together. And I'm going to make these stick out a little bit this way because the handle goes that way naturally too. Just like that. Turn around one more look. And you have it like that. Now we're going to take all of our daisies. I'm going to cut these daisies pretty short because I want them to fill in all around the bottom. So take the daisies and we're going to place them at different heights all the way around the rim. What this is also doing is enabling us to cover up the foam so nobody will see it. If you happen to use a container that you're going to need, that the foam will show in, then what you need to do is either get some Spanish moss or some sheet moss or some gravel or pebbles. Be creative. Walk around the craft store and see what they've got for you to play with. Because remember, flower design should always be fun. Now you see, you filled it all the way around at different heights. The last thing we have is the purple status. The purple is going to really make all the other colors in this arrangement pop. So we're going to do the same thing. Cut them into short little pieces like this and just place them in between. You could do this at different heights, like that, just to bring the purple up into the design. Now look how we've turned a perfectly ordinary little watering can into something really, really great for your kitchen table. And let's see what else we could do with the same bouquet, different color. This one is in all pinks and purples. Now everybody has a vase like this around the house, I'm sure. Let's do what we always do. Remove the packaging. Separate the flowers. And save the fiber sheets. Snapdragons, pink carnations, beautiful lavender daisies, and status. This time what we're going to do is something similar to what we've done before, another twister style bouquet. Only this time we're going to start with the daisies. Let's take our daisies, start with one, and I'm going to add a piece of status. Take another daisy and another status and another daisy. Notice I'm crisscrossing the stems again and another status. This looks a little harder than it is. It really isn't. Once you've tried it once or twice, it's very easy and it makes all the difference in the world. Now if I have a long piece like that, I could cut that off the bottom and place it lower. Now what we're going to do is place the carnations in. Remove the little bit of foliage that's right there because it'll make it easier to slip them into your middle of your design. You're going to slide them up and keep them slightly higher. And I'm just going to go around so that they're evenly balanced all the way around, but slightly higher than the rest of the flowers. That'll make them stand out and really make that pink color pop. Okay, now save the snapdragons for a while. We're going to measure, and remember, like I always say, leave the stems longer because you can recut, but you can't put them back on. So I'm going to cut about here. I'd like a good rule of thumb to follow is that your arrangement should be about the same size as the vase. So if this is an 8-inch vase, your flowers should come approximately 7 to 8 inches above the vase. So I'm measuring here, cutting my stems. I see a little bit of foliage that needs to be removed. Remember, that'll kill your flowers. That causes bacteria. And you've put your flower food in here already, too. This should be right. That's right about where I want it. I'm going to place it in there. And we're going to fluff it around a little bit, turning it all the way around to make sure it looks good from all angles. Now let's take our snapdragons. Again, make sure they're nice and clean on the side. And I'm just going to cut a little bit, just a fresh snip. And we're going to place them in much higher than the other flowers. But look, because you have the other flowers, how perfectly they stay in place. I'm evenly dispersing them around. And then I happen to have saved a little bit of lavender ribbon from a present or a package I got because florists save everything. We don't waste a thing. And just tie it around this ordinary vase to make it a lot less ordinary. Now how's that for a pretty colorful spring vase? Here's your watering can. Here's your spring vase, both made from the same type of flowers, but look how different they look. As always, happy arranging.